we go. Well, welcome everyone officially to our Red Jacket Rally for the month of April. Our group is growing. When we have Summer who wasn't able to join us live, but that's our recording for the replay. So I do want to give a little bit of commission reco first to our Red Jackets who are on. So shout out to Sarah who led the way last month, earning 9% commission on her team. That is exciting. Kim earned 6% and Jessica and Summer earned 4%. So way to go, ladies. I know that number is going to increase when you hit that 13%. It's the sweet spot. And just so you remember, to achieve 13%, which is the same for Emily and I as sales directors, you have your 600 wholesale order in, and you have 5 team members place an active order that month of 225 or more. So when all that happens in 1 month, that's when you get 13% on your team's orders, which is really exciting. So we were just talking that being in red, there's some extra fun perks. And so we want to show you the new products that are launching next month. So I'm going to pull up and share my screen here. I can never find, oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So these are new products that are launching next month. We have a new skincare line that is coming out, and this is replacing the botanicals. Okay. And so what I love that Mary Kay has done is they have mirrored it with our Time Wise Miracle Set. So there is a combination oily formula and a normal to dry formula. Thank you, Mary Kay. The cleanser and moisturizer are the 2 parts of the skincare line that are customizable. So there's no anti-aging products or components. It's fragrance free. It's designed for younger skin, not worried about aging or acne. So you have a cleanser moisturizer that's customizable, just like the Miracle Set. Then you have a toner and a scrub. So those are the 2 that are for all skin types. Just like with the Miracle Set, day and night is for all skin types. So again, younger skin, not worried about aging, fragrance free. I actually sent my kit that came from Mary Kay home with my assistant because she's 17. I said, here, try this for a week and give me your feedback. And so we'll see what she says when she gets that. But that is launching next month. So I know we were talking about PCP. Everyone on here will have enrolled their customers. So you guys will get an order on the 10th. And that's when stars get to order as well. So that is the big product line, is the skincare that's coming. Then we have some other fun products here on the side. So the top ones are the matte liquid lipsticks. And honestly, I don't know, do I have my, here, just a second. I do not think that this picture really shows the colors as well as the catalog. At least in my opinion. Okay, so this, let me see if I maybe you guys can see this very well because my screen's probably little. But this is what the colors are, okay? So the middle one is really more of a nude and like a mauve and then a deep red. So these are the matte liquid lipsticks, but in 3 new colors. I've been told, I don't know if it's true. Actually, it's probably true. It came from Kelly Collins from corporate. That matte liquid lipsticks are going to be around for good. So I don't know if they're like just trying different colors here and there and then bringing it out to us. I don't know. But that's what those are. The middle one is a clear brow gel, which I already demoed it on a couple of gals going to prom this last weekend. Loved it. Clear brow gel. And then the bottom 2 colors, I feel like also don't look as good as they do in the catalog. So these are, let's see what the finish is, what I was trying to look here. It's a sparkle cream lipstick. Okay. It's called Empower and Positive Impact. Empower is definitely more of a kind of, not like a fuchsia pink, kind of like a fuchsia pink. It's like a darker pink. And then honestly, Positive Impact, it looks yellow in that picture. It's like a mauve. Okay. It's like, or golden, like just a mauve liquid lipstick or lip gloss or lip liner, whatever, mauve color. And so these are the products that are going to benefit the Mary Kay Ash Foundation. So when one of those is purchased, an extra $1 from each goes straight to the foundation. So those will be limited edition. The matte liquid lipsticks are limited edition, and then the brow gel and the skincare is here for good. So unmute, ask any questions if you want real quick, or tell me which one or 2 you're most excited about.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Does the bottom lipstick, the sparkle, feel bumpy when it's put on? Do you have that yet?
We don't have it yet. No.
Okay.
It's a cream, so I'm guessing not, because it's a cream-based lipstick. But Emily and I get to order those on the 26th.
Okay, I didn't know if the sparkle would make it have like a texture in it or not. So, okay.
Haven't we had those frosted sparkly ones
We've
before,
had,
Jennifer?
yeah, we've had
I don't
frosted.
think they felt bumpy at all.
No, and I don't know if it's the same like finish or not. I don't remember those specifically being called cream,
Yeah.
but they could be. So I'm curious to see how much sparkle that is. But honestly,
Okay,
when I
so
looked at
what about this clear mascara? A few ladies were asking me about it at the yard sale. Did we have the clear? Is that what? So tell me what it does.
so technically it's a brow gel, but I don't see why it couldn't be used
That's a
as
brow gel, that middle one?
it's
I
for your
thought you said
brows.
it was a mascara.
Nope, it's a brows. So it's designed, it's just called a styling gel. And so it basically helps keep your brow color, your brows in place if you don't need to add color. So some people have like really dark brows or their brows are nice, but then like the hairs tend to, go different directions. This would just keep it in place without adding color.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
I was going to ask you what the purpose of a clear mascara was. I was thinking it was like our
Lash primer.
yes, that's to me that's what a clear mascara would be.
Yeah,
But
I
they
don't.
said that they're one lady told me that she was allergic to mascara and she could wear the clear.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know either. So this one says in the brush or in the catalog, it says you can use prior to brow liners, like use it and then use a brow liner instead of like
Oh,
the
okay.
brow tint, or you can just wear it alone for a naturally sculpted look.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Awesome. I love those the three new colors for your
yeah,
lips.
yeah. I don't know if I'll pull off the deep red, but I'm excited about the other two.
Yeah, me either, but I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for the other two. Are those going to be in a tube like the other ones that they
Yes.
brought out?
Yep, they are. I don't know if you can see in my picture, but they are.
Yes, I can see it.
Yep. Yeah, that deep red. I mean, it's really pretty, but
It's really pretty, but yeah, I mean, you're not going to see that on my little face.
No, it's called.
But you know what? Sometimes though, I find that these colors are not as dark as they look.
That's true.
Like the brown that came out this year.
Yep.
I can wear that. And
me too.
If you look at it in the tube, I would say never. Right. But I tried it on and I'm like, oh, I could do this.
I think it depends too how thickly it's applied. Like I feel like some people like cake it on and then it looks a little deeper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. What about you, Sarah? Anything that popped out for you?
I'm still trying to mess with makeup, so maybe.
Okay. Well, speaking of makeup, and Emily, I'm assuming is going to go ahead with this too, the lipstick deal. I'm okay to talk about that. Okay. This was not in my notes, but a sales director friend, I mean, I've never met her before. She's in one of my Voxer groups with lots of directors, reached out because there's a charitable foundation called, I think it's called Fighting Pink, something like that. Anyways, it's a nonprofit that creates packages for women going through cancer treatment. And they donate or they gift, one of the things they gift is lipstick, either a pink or red lipstick. And so this organization received a grant from the Mary Kay Ash Foundation back in like 2015 or 2016 and has ever since been connected with Mary Kay. And they give out about 8,000 packages a year. And so right now they have 2,000 lipsticks like already in their possession. So they need about 6,000 more this year. And so she had donated with her team in the past. And so I'm going to be getting a graphic made to where our units can actually like participate in this. And so I think it pairs perfectly with these new lipsticks that are coming out because they're, pinky red colors. And it can be any lipstick. But the promotion that we could run with our customers, if you buy a lipstick, I'll donate a lipstick kind of deal. We won't necessarily profit on that lipstick, but it helps move product because you're buying 2 lipsticks. And then over time, like we can have a goal of, I don't know, 1,000 lipsticks or 100 lipsticks or whatever, it's over a certain amount of time. And then you can like CVS a bunch of them too. Or if you live locally, like we can gather and then mail or whatever. But because it's a nonprofit, they can actually email you a tax receipt. Or if you send it like via CDS, you'd have that as a receipt for your tax purposes too. So it's like a donation. I don't personally like profiting if I'm like trying to donate or have people donate, like when I do the Christmas stuff. Like I don't like to profit on that. It's just me. But anyways, I literally just found out about that at like 3 o'clock this afternoon in the pickup line. And so I've messaged Emily. But that'll be something we can do with these lipsticks. It's, kind of perfect timing, or any lipstick in general. That'll help bring in income and production and all those things. So, all right, tonight, training. I want to train you and talk a little bit about working with your team, because I know that every one of you on, plus Summer, have a goal to become a sales director in Mary Kay. And so when you become a sales director, and before, you're working with your team. Now, even at my position with a unit of like 150 people, I don't work with the team all day, every day. Like, my personal business will still come first. And I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But have you ever thought about this? And if you have you thought about it recently? How someone else's dream is attached to yours. Each of you have recruited multiple team members over your time in Mary Kay. What if you, first off, had never said yes to team building, to sharing that opportunity with other women, let alone even like started yourself? You, right now, whether you're in DIQ or not, or whatever level of red, you are impacting the life of your team, your future unit, your current unit, each other that's on. And I want you to realize just how big of an impact you are making. Okay. When one of you may happen to not be on a training or not be at an in-person event or whatever, not that it's bad. I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, I wasn't there. No, people ask, where's Jessica? Where's Sarah? Where's Kim? People recognize you as leaders, even if you aren't necessarily holding the title of sales director just yet. And so I want you to realize how much people are watching, whether that's people on your personal team, within our unit, our Mary Kay family, your personal, your family, in your home, people from church. The more you start to work and grow your business, people will kind of start coming out of the woodworks. Okay. Especially when you have a big goal that you're working on. I know that's happened to Sarah even just today. Kim, end of last month, a couple people joined out of nowhere. Jessica, I know you've had it happen. There was one time, I know there was one weekend, you're like, oh my gosh, I have this sale, this sale, this sale. Where do all these people come from? It just happens. Okay. And it's neat when it starts to happen, because you start to get little glimpses of the impact that your business is making in the lives of many people that you may not have realized. And so I want to ask you this: who are you allowing to watch you work? Okay. Whether that is booking appointments, whether that's selling product, whether that's holding appointments, whether that's recruiting team members, who are you allowing to watch you work? And so in your team, within your personal team, who can you invite to do a booking, 15-minute booking time with you? Or who can you have go to a skincare class? Or who can you have, if they don't live locally, sign 2 customers up for Savvy Sunday, and you sign up too, and then you'd be texting her the coaching, to send to her people ahead of time and afterwards, and follow up and show her how to enter them into the giveaway. Who on your team can you basically put in your hip pocket and run and work with them is what I'm getting at. And so the need for leaders within our company, as a whole in Mary Kay, has honestly never been greater. One of the things that I cannot remember who said this, Emily, maybe I know you've probably heard it, Emily, but if God has given you the gift of leadership, then for God's sake, lead. I know you've probably heard that, Emily. I don't know if you can think of who said it. I don't know who said it. It was early on in my Mary Kay business, but I know that God has given each and every one of you the gift of leadership, and it looks different for each of you in your businesses. And I know you're leading, and you're going to continue to lead, and it's going to be exciting because we have 76 days. 76 days left in the seminar year, which makes my stomach churn, but then I get so excited as well. So I want to challenge you over these next 76 days to keep your mind as sharp as possible. Okay. The daily process, the daily tasks, that is where you're going to find the victories, the mini wins. I know I've talked about this before, the mini wins that lead to the big mini wins along the way. And so what would your best 76 days look like? Okay. 76 doesn't really sound that long. I mean, it is, but it isn't in the grand scheme of things. If you were on our training, and Emily, I don't know if I shared this with you or not, but you and Jessica and your team are welcome to work on this with us. I talked last night about 75 days of working together. Okay. So I want to share this. I don't know if anyone has had a chance to look at it, download it, anything like that. But 75 days of working together. I saw very briefly on an Instagram story of National Sales Director Jamie Taylor doing something like this with her area, and I thought it was so good. I don't even know what except I did see today in her stories, one of the things she put on her list was like showing up every day. So like putting on your makeup and put on a nice outfit for 75 days. But these are the 5 tasks that I came up with. 5 tasks, excuse me, to keep your headspace in a good place for the next 75 days. And so, yes, one of these on here has to do with like an action. Okay. Calling 2 people. That's it. A day, 2 people, whether it's customer, team member, whoever, 2 people. That's like a Mary Kay like task. Everything else really isn't. Okay. So 10 minutes of walking outdoors, weather permitting, of course. 10 minutes of reading or listening to an audible, some sort of Bible, inspirational book, encouraging like message, Mary Kay's biography, whatever it may be. Visualizing your year-end finish. So just taking time to sit. I said last night, maybe you're just sitting on the toilet, getting away from your kiddos, and you have to go to the bathroom and just sit for a little bit and visualize your year-end finish. Hey, I've done that before. Done in the shower, just wherever you can get space for yourself. And then verbalizing your affirmations twice a day, morning and night. And so I have posted this in our group. Emily, you're more than welcome to copy and paste it. It's in the Google Drive, so it can be downloaded, printed, and then you just check every day for the next 75 days when you do this. And 75 days starts tomorrow and ends on June 30th. So this is something I'm excited about. I don't know who all or how many or if anyone's going to do it with me, but I know I'm going to do it and I'm excited about it. So, okay, we got Kim and Sarah. Perfect. All right. So that is what the 75 days of just doing what might seem like a little task that's going to lead to keeping your headspace clear, so you can get the work done that you're wanting to get done. This quote, I know I texted to Sarah once I heard it in training a couple of weeks ago. It's from National Sales Director Summer Fortenberry. And she says, if you go all out, you can recover from failure, but never from quitting. If you go all out, you can recover from failure. And Mary Kay is a pretty safe space to fail, but never from quitting. I don't see any of you or Emily or myself as quitters because we're on here tonight. And so here's a few questions to ask yourself while you're working to keep your mind sharp over these next 75 days. Okay. Number 1, what are your non-negotiables? Okay. What are you like not willing to do or willing to not do? Okay. Ethan and I definitely are on the same page about this, that when it's the last, especially month, but a couple of months in the seminar year, we don't necessarily do a lot of extra stuff, which is one reason why we did a family weekend away this weekend. Of course, we will attend lots of graduation parties and wedding showers, things like that. But we don't necessarily plan a lot of time away in May and June because that's Mary Kay crunch time. All right, we do later. That's our Mary Kay crunch time. And so that's just something that we have personally decided to do. Some non-negotiables that you may want to put in place would be those 5 tasks every day, for 75 days. Maybe a non-negotiable is I am going to go to bed every night and I'm going to write down my 6 most important things list every single night before I go to bed the next, for the next day. Maybe a non-negotiable is I am never going to go to bed without tidying up my office space, or I'm never going to go to bed without celebrating and finding some win for the day. That's the first question. What are your non-negotiables for these next 75 days to finish your goal? Number 2, am I willing to do the work to finish the goal? That's a good question to ask. Are you willing to do the work? Oftentimes we want the progress without the process. Okay. And the progress will happen as the process is happening. But if we don't want that process, then the progress and the results are not going to get there. So really ask, am I willing to do the work? Do you guys know your numbers? Do you know how many active people you have on your team right now? If not, I suggest going to In Touch once we're done. If you're in DIQ, which Sarah is, she knows her numbers, wholesale, how much more they need. If you're not in DIQ, how many numbers do you need to get into DIQ? Okay. Those are numbers that you should know and that your team should know as well as you're communicating with them. I know all of you have future unit Facebook groups, which is the perfect place to communicate with your team. Summer does too. And just making a simple post in there every day, updating them, whether it's with orders or new team members, or you hear a tip that you want to share with them. Starting that communication with them now is going to help them see you as their leader moving forward. Okay. Here's another question that, oh my gosh, I was asked this the other day and it made me think, so I want to share it with you. Is your vision so big that someone would question you or ask you to lower it? Is your vision that big that someone would be like, I don't know if you can do that, or maybe you should change that, and then they ask you to lower it, okay? Your vision, I know, like I said, I know each of you at minimum is becoming a sales director, okay? Yeah, 75 days to happen. It can happen. There's some people that do it in just 1 month, okay? But I want you to be clear about what you're committed to these next 76 days with your team, of course, like I said, communicating with them, but also with your family as well. Letting them know, like, hey, this is going to be the blessing that's going to come of us becoming our own unit. Okay. So with your family, how will that team finish impact them? What will that bring financially? What will that bring, about in you as like being a more confident mom or grandma or wife? How will it bless the family when this goal happens? Okay. But also communicate with your team how it's going to bless them. All right. When a team finishes, that's a big old stinking deal. There's recognition, there's extra community, there's being part of a team victory. Many women would love to have what we have in Mary Kay and to be a part of something bigger. Whether they verbalize it or not, they want to be a part of a big win. They want to be a part of a finish, a celebration. And so having that clarity for not just yourself, but for your team and your family, that's going to come through communication. And so as you're building your team, as you're still, of course, working your personal business, communication, 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 and more communication is what is going to bring to life the vision for your team and to your team. Okay. We joke sometimes in some of our director messages between each other, it's Emily and I or others, like that's all we do sometimes is communicate, 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 and communicate some more. Whether it's about a promotion, whether it's about a reminder from Mary Kay, a new product, whatever it is, that's part of our main job as sales directors and team leaders is to communicate. And so I want to encourage you each to use your God-given superpowers, okay? God's given you all different talents and gifts, and you can lean into those to build your team, to build your unit. Your gifts and strengths are unique to you. So I really encourage you, like, don't compare yourself to each other on here, to Emily or I, or to anyone else in this business, because your journey and your process of building your unit is going to be unique to you. Yes, you might do it in the same time frame, like 2 months. You may do it in submitting once. You may do it in submitting 3 times. Like some of those things are going to be the same, but the little details about each of your all's journey is different and special and unique. And that is what I love about our Mary Kay family is no one accomplishes the same goal in the same way. Like it's all different. And so if you do want to compete with something or someone, beat yourself. Okay. Like have your best month, whether that's in team building or in sales or something like that. This time of year is when phrases like I can't, or I don't think so, or maybe, or someday, we're just going to kick those out of our vocabulary. Okay. Because we want to have a clear vision of what's going to happen and speaking those positive truths and those positive sayings. That's where those affirmations are going to come into play, saying those twice a day for 75 days. That's saying your affirmations 150 times. If you don't have them just yet, start with something simple, okay? Whether that's talking about saying, I am, a Mary Kay sales director. Mary Kay needs a sales director like me. I'm going to look confident and sexy in that new pink jacket when I cross the seminar stage, whatever phrase, words you want to put into your affirmations, put them in there. All right. Next, I want to talk a little bit about how we get more of what we focus on. And I think I may have touched base on this in our unit meeting a couple weeks ago, but when we're focusing on things that are negative, for example, I don't have enough team members, or I don't have enough production this month, or haven't seen enough faces, or whatever it may be. When you focus on that, you're going to get more of that. And I'm teaching this to myself too, because I've not had the first half of the month that I really wanted to. But when we're speaking the positive things, like I'm a booking machine, I have a gift that I can give to the world with this Mary Kay opportunity. People want to book with me. People love being in my space. What we focus on, we do get more of. All right. Part of what we focus on has to do with prioritizing our day as well. And when we prioritize, we have more time to what we say do, like moving the needle forward, like getting one step closer, even if it's little baby steps every day. And sometimes you take a couple of steps back, you're still getting closer to your end goal. But your days, the day in and day out tasks are what I have learned in my business really these last few months is prioritizing my personal business first and then focusing on my team. And so today I came back, I came back yesterday from 3 days in Branson with our family. And I had been sick, honestly, first 12 days of the month. So 12 days was Friday. We left Saturday. It was gone Saturday, Sunday, Monday, tomorrow afternoon. And all of a sudden, okay, this morning, really like my first day of really working in my office, even though I had a hair appointment for a few hours. I knew that I needed to get more bookings on my calendar. And so I took out my list of my 5 and 5 requests and I sent a follow-up message because I originally messaged these people on April 5th and had not sent a follow-up message. Okay, just being completely real with you. And I had, let's see, 1, 2, 3 of the appointments had held, 2 others had said yes, we just hadn't scheduled a date yet. So I sent my follow-up message, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bookings on my calendar from taking time this morning to first prioritize my business, getting my bookings on the calendar to generate income for my family, to meet people, to chat with, to grow my team. As all my DIQs are going to be growing their team and leaving me, my unit's going to be yay big here pretty soon. So I got to get my booty in gear. So I love that y'all are pushing me, but I have to focus on my personal business. And so for you, maybe it would be like, I know Kim is at home, retired. Yay. Maybe it's, like what I do in the morning, I try to focus on like doing a workout if I, can breathe, which I can now, doing my workout, doing my personal business, and then responding to team members, checking in, coaching, helping them with appointments, bookings, orders, all that. Maybe you work the evening, so you got full-time job during the day. Jessica, Sarah, I know this is for you. Maybe like over a lunch break, you can send some personal messages. I know both of you have sent messages during work, which I love. And then, supper, kids, whatever, family time you need to do. And then when you sit down to have your office time, take the first 30 minutes for you and your personal business, following up with customers, sending those following up messages. As we know, the more messages, you're consistent with your follow-ups, the more bookings you're going to have, which I know Sarah was working on that today. And then check in with maybe a couple team members. Okay. So when we prioritize our personal business, then we focus on our team, even as Pete Cadillac Senior Sales Director. I don't remember all the percentages, maybe Emily would, but even at this level, like my personal business is still about 60 to 70% of my time spent with work as my personal appointments, my personal follow-ups, my personal customers, and about 30, maybe 40% is my team. Okay. That will hopefully start changing even more so in the future. But personal team always comes first, always comes first. Okay. A Bible verse that I had to kind of back this up is Luke 16:10. All right. It says, whoever can be trusted with the little things can be trusted with the big things. So as you start being entrusted with your customer base and your 3, 4, 10 team members, then you're going to be able to be started to get trusted with more team members and a bigger customer base and more income for your family. And you'll get to see that process of becoming a sales director as you're entrusted with more of the big things. And that includes responsibilities within the unit and how we ask you all to help with things like our monthly mingle. So if you're free Sunday at 7, let me know. You can help with our monthly mingle, and things like that, and stepping up and, doing announcements for our unit meetings, or if, Emily or I aren't available, helping with the team meetings, or like Sarah's teaching her in-person skincare class because Easton has an appointment this week, or a show at school, some sort of like spring play thing. Anyways, your responsibilities start to grow a little bit. Your customer base grows, your team grows, your income grows, it just all grows together, which is great. And then I want to touch base real quick on recruiting, both for you and helping your team members recruit as well. I know you guys have all seen the promotion for the red jackets that our team members can earn. I haven't really said this a whole lot, but if someone joins in the month of May, they can still place a 600 wholesale order in May and June, add 3 great starts, and they can win a jacket too. Someone joins in June, it's kind of like tough luck. Unfortunately, I'll probably run something special for them. Hey, if they place their 600 and have 3 team members in the month of June, obviously they'll get their red jacket box so we can throw something extra in there. But whenever Mary Kay runs a promotion like this, of course, I'm looking throughout our whole unit, but I would encourage you to look to your personal team. Like, who on your team could earn a free ride jacket these next 3 months? Okay. If they're in now, which they're on your team, they're obviously a part now, that you have to hit 600 wholesale this month or you're done. Okay. Which I wish wasn't the case, but it's like you snooze, you lose. That 600 wholesale has to be in this month. Don't necessarily have to have a great start team member. That can happen like all in May, all in June, spread it out. However, that 600 wholesale has to be in this month in order for the red jacket to be earned. Okay. So if you have someone on your team that you see leadership skills in, or that has recruited before, or who has talked about team building, this would be a really easy kind of transition of conversation. Like, hey, I know you've talked about this. What can I do to help you earn this? And of course, Emily and I can be included in those conversations as well. But when you are convinced personally that this business works, you're going to recruit. And I know that's the same for all of us that are on tonight. But it goes for your team members too. When they're convinced that this business works, that they can hold an appointment and they're going to sell product, that when they layer a customer multiple times in a short amount of time, like Sarah has done with her new team member, soon to be team member Jessica tonight, they will recruit. Okay. That's just part of it. This business works. If you can recruit 6 people like Summer did last month, in the month of March, where we had our $10 starter kits, if you can recruit 6 people with $10, you can recruit 6 people with a $35 kit too. I heard a national sales director say this week that Mary Kay was like playing mind games with us, like lowering the starter kit. Okay, it's only a $25 difference. Anybody can come up with a $25 extra if they really want to start a business. If someone's not recruiting in Mary Kay, whether that's you, whether that's a team member, it's not necessarily a Mary Kay problem, it's a numbers problem. And I know we've talked about numbers here and there, but just want to remind you, because that honestly takes the emotional pressure off of, like, okay, numbers. Let me look at the numbers. Numbers are real. Numbers don't lie. And this is something that you can work with your team members as well if they're wanting to grow their team. So remember, you facial 30 women in a month. You ask all of them, on average, half of them would say yes to holding a chat with you, so 15, and 1 in 5 that you chat with recruit. So if you facial 30 women, you chat with 15 of them, you'll recruit 3. Okay. Is 3 new team members enough for your April goals to be met? Do you need 4 active to get into DIQ? Honestly, I haven't looked at numbers. Do you need 4 active? Okay, you probably have some team members currently that could become active, but what if you needed to get those for yourself? Okay, well, we need to bump it up to see a few more people, to ask a few more people, to get a few more people. Okay, the numbers, that's where it's at. So recruiting, you can help your team, you can help yourself by just looking at the numbers. All right. That is what I wanted to share with you guys tonight as far as training goes. Does anybody have questions or an aha moment that stood out to them, or something that you've experienced this week or this last month that you want to share with the group that might be helpful for somebody else? Don't all unmute at once.
So I'll share. I was telling you, Jennifer, earlier, like yesterday, I was just being very emotional and just really about my business and just so frustrated. And Jennifer hit it on the head tonight. If you're going to focus on not the faces that you're seeing or the goal that you're meeting, that's what's going to come up about you. So I am working on me, myself right now, just trying to change my mindset of getting the negatives out and just praying. Like praying is helping, and God is revealing himself through me today, just on my business, on just that one simple prayer that I did last night. So just some encouragement.
Thanks. Thank you for sharing. And it's okay to have those emotional days. It is. We all have them. Sometimes more than once a month, or sometimes more than one moment in one day. And that's okay. But as long as you don't stay there for a long time, that's the key. That's the key. Yeah. And look at you. You got bookings and you got a new team member. I love it. All right. Kim, Jessica, or Emily, want to share anything?
Okay, I'll share.
Okay.
I did. I had that moment this week. Was it this week or last week? I
I think
don't
it was
know.
last week.
I think it was. But yeah, you just gotta pray, and it's all in God's timing. Period. But yeah, sometimes I do. I get down on myself and think, oh, I can't do this. I hired an assistant today,
Oh, you did.
Karen.
She'll be great.
So yeah, yeah. So
I
she's
love
gonna
that.
help me out.
And you said she'd be your final team member. I
Yeah,
remember that.
she will. She will. So
Because I know she's coming to Dallas with you. Is she like gonna attend seminar, or is she gonna be working like at the hotel?
she's just gonna work at the hotel.
Okay.
Well, I mean, unless I need her, then she may be a full-fledged team member by then.
Who knows? You never know. That's how you
Yeah.
joined, was just to help me. And look at you
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I love that. Jessica, what about you, my dear? Anything that stood out to you or something that you've experienced this last week?
Well, I would say that who are you allowing to watch you work? Because I mean, like, just even in general, I feel like I haven't been posting as much or going live at all or anything like that. So I haven't been showing anything recently. So yeah, that one.
Okay. Yeah. Which is an easy fix. I mean, you can go live after we're done tonight. Or even just take a picture of, hey, I just downloaded this 75-day challenge, that I'm going to do with our future area. Like, who wants to do it with me? Or I just made 10 booking attempts. Who else wants to send out some messages? I've got a script for you. Text me, just those types of little details if they don't live close to you. But then, doing a video call with them or bringing them in. That's one of the things that I have tried to make sure I create, even though we don't live all locally, is that everyone still feels a part. Like one of my newest gals lives in New Jersey. That's a ways away. I know Kim, one of your team members, I think is in Alabama or something like that. One of your new team members. We got women all over, all over the states. And so, that's what technology is for. So you can definitely use it for that advantage for sure, for sure. I know you're in a child's room. Do you have anything you want to add or can add?
I can try to add quickly. Sorry, I had to go upstairs. She just needed to go to bed.
No, you're good.
But yeah, I would say just basically someone I love, get your hiney in gear, get out of your mind, and do it. If you need to cry, go have your cry and come back.
Yep. Yep. And that's one of the reasons why I went ahead and created a group message for all of us, and Summer, of course, is in there too. Just so if we're having a bad day, pop something in that group message. I don't know, Kim, if you've seen it or not. I put on Facebook Messenger with the 5 of us plus Summer. Just to check in, communicate, because everyone on here I know has a goal of becoming a sales director by the end of the seminar year. And so, working together and challenging and sharing ideas that worked, or celebrations of a team member ordering or becoming active, or new team members, or all those things. Those are the mini victories that we had to celebrate along the way to the big ones. So just a reminder, Sunday night is our monthly mingle at 7. And so if you want to participate, let me know. Just like we did last time, sharing a couple minutes of your story. And then the following Sunday is Savvy Sunday. And those are our only other like big events scheduled so far for this month. Now, who knows, maybe we'll come up with something last minute, but that's what's scheduled. So just in closing, I would encourage you to know your numbers, know where your team is sitting right now, how many more active you need to submit for DIQ by May 1st, to how much wholesale you need, Sarah, to finish this month, or how many new that you want to bring in to create what you're wanting to create by the end of April. And so we do have a little bit, I think, yes, just a short month-end extension this time. Whew, felt like we had a long one in March. It just kept it kept going, but May 2nd is the deadline for month-end. So I have a little over 2 weeks. Man, a lot happens in 14, 15, 16 days. And so I'm excited for what will happen in the coming days and weeks. And so mark your calendar for our next Red Jacket Rally is May 21st. So the third Tuesday in the month of May. And who on your team can you have with you next month? It would be awesome. Like, what if we doubled our Red Jackets by next month? How cool would that be to have 8 Red Jackets on our call together next month? So I am cheering for you all. I am praying for you all. I'm here if you need anything. I'm excited to see all the details come together. So if you look at your numbers and you're like, I don't know what to do, reach out. Emily or I, we're happy to help kind of crunch those numbers and see. As I was chatting with Sarah real quickly before everyone hopped on, like numbers don't lie. Like the numbers, like you work the numbers, it kind of takes the emotion out of it. It makes it easier to work. So let us know what we can do. Have a fantastic rest of your night and thanks for being on. And I'll see y'all later. So good night, everyone.